There's a lot happening in the K this Wednesday night as we got 8 games spread across the continent. Let's take a look at them. My name is Andreas Sachenko and you're watching Daily KHL Update. We take it to Barys first warm or defend the ice against Barys at Dynamo Arena. The Barys is a heavy favorites in this one, but they're in for a huge surprise. Alexander Kuznetsov opens up the score in 4 minutes in. Recent pick by the Toronto Maple Leafs, Artur Akhtamov is benched after allowing 1 goal on 3 shots. And everything just goes downhill for Barys from there. 4 minutes later, Vladimir Batuzov scores a shorthanded goal in his 2nd consecutive game. Later in the period, Mikhail Jordan shoots from the blue line on a power play and hits the twine. The Tigers lead 3-0 after 20. Barys get a goal back early in the 2nd. Stefan Da Costa cashes in on a man advantage to make it 3-1. That doesn't stop the bleeding though. Later in the period, Mikhail Jordan scores another power play goal from the high slot. In the last minute of the period, Valentin Pinov improves the lead to 5-1 to finish off a great passing play. Third period now, Amora back on a power play and Mikhail Jordan completes his first career KHL hat-trick. Hard to believe this guy didn't have a single goal coming into this game. And just over a minute later, Slavo Shannon takes a hard shot and the puck goes in off Nikita Kamalov. It's another power play goal and Barys are finally free to go. Amor enjoyed their biggest win over Kazan in KHL history. 7-1 is the shocking final. We're off to Novosibirsk now, where Sapir, who lost 6 in a row, faced Tractor. Let's pick it up from the second. Tractor get on the board 2.5 minutes in. Lawrence Pilet puts the puck on net and it goes straight in. That's his first in the K. Sapir tied up near to the period. Alec Lee sends it high on the short side just a few moments after Tractor killed off a penalty. The Hulls get in front meter to the third. Yusuf Postinen nets his 9th of the season while his compatriots Jurki Jotkepak and Mikhail Rohakama pick up the assists. Tractor rolled the dice with the extra attacker late in regulation and Yegor Milavzorov ends it with the empty netter. Sapir snapped their 6-game losing streak as they take it 3-1 on home ice. We're now in Nur-Sultan, Kazakhstan, where Barys do battle with Jokerit. There's no scoring in the first on this one either, but there's plenty in the next 40. Igor Fedorov puts Barys in the lead as a nets one on the rebound. The Hulls doubled the lead just before the intermission. Arkady Shestakov roofs it past Yanis Kalinic from a really tough angle. Jakub Lilia nets his 3rd of the season exactly 70 seconds into the 3rd period. Surely Barys had this one in the bag, right? Especially since 2 minutes later, Linus Vidal improves the lead to 4-0. Very poor defensive effort by Jokerit on the play. And then the amazing happens. Captain Petter again puts the Jesters on the board as Yoni Order fails to cover up the puck on the rebound. A little later, Tommy Kivisto closes the gap to 2 goals. Eli Tolvanen has the only assist on the marker. A minute after that, Petter again scores his 2nd of the night and 3rd of the season. They're down by just 1 now. And they complete the comeback with the extra attacker out later in regulation. Mikko Lehtinen celebrates his 8th of the year. It goes to overtime and David Sklenichka puts the cherry on top. Jokerit erase a 4-goal deficit in the 3rd and win it in the extra period. Brian O'Neill sets his new career KHL high with 4 points in a single game, and the Jesters take it 5-4 on the road. Next up, Matishi Moscow region. It's home of Kunlun Red Star for the season, and tonight they face Metalurg. The Barys is open scoring just over a minute into the game. Igor Shverov gets the puck from Andrei Chibisov and nets his 2nd of the year. Soon after that, Grigory Dronov drives hard to the net, pushes the puck and Dmitry Shikin into the back of the net. Alexei Kovalev challenges the play and the goal is waved off. The Dragons tied up late in the period. Hunter Shinkaruk buries the rebound on Casey Wellman's shot and it's a 1-1 hockey game after 20. Red Star collapsed early in the second period, playing short-handed, and Taylor back puts Metalurg back in the lead as he scores on his former team. The hosts even it up again less than 2 minutes later. Spencer Fu scores in a power play as well. Middle of the period, Kunlun get their first lead of the game as Jason Fram strips Taylor back off the puck in the neutral zone, skates to the net and scores a shorty. Later, Ethan Warwick redirects home Tyler Wong's shot to improve the lead. Great hand-eye coordination by the former KHL top prospect. It doesn't stop there. Sam Lofquist makes it 5-2 before the period expires. The verse to swap Artem Zagidul and Pogleb Nosov in goal after that. And Metalurg rally back to make it a one-goal game in the third period. First 20-year-old Yuri Platonov scores his first career KHL goal. And a few shifts later, Harry Passanen puts on a clinic as he whips his way to the net and beats Mitrushikin with a stellar backhand shot. But Kunlun managed to put it away late in regulation as David Bondra scores the final goal of the game. Red Star remain unbeaten on this homestand as they win their third consecutive game. 6-4 is your final. Moving on to Moscow, where the top team of the league, Red Army, face off against Torpedo. And it's Nizhny Novgorod who opened up the scoring. 19-year-old rookie Denis Vengrzhanovsky nets his first career KHL goal as Red Army just fall apart defensively. I'm gonna have a fun time saying the kid's name, I know that's for sure. The red and blue tie it up with a power play marker later in the period. Bogdan Kiselevich puts the puck on net and it goes in with a deflection. Torpedo regained the lead 6 minutes into the second period, and it's Vengrzhanovsky again. Gotta love the kid's name, he makes it 2-1. Red Army bring it back to even 7 minutes into the third frame as they get another goal on a man advantage. Mario Kempe with the marker this time. It goes to overtime. Mikhail Vernakov gains the zone, plays it to Brady Austin, return pass to the slot, and the vet gets the job done. Vernakov nets his second of the season, and Torpedo beat Red Army on the road for the first time since 2016. 3-2 is your final. We remain in Moscow for a rivalry game. Dynamo Moscow meet Dynamo Minsk, who still miss all of their imports. 18-year-old Alexei Kolosov makes his league debut in goal for the visitors tonight. And it's Minsk who get the first goal of the game. Igor Martynov finds some room in the slot and chips it past Alexei Yeremenko. But the hosts even it up just 14 seconds later. Artyom Volkov smashes it past the roof and it's 1-1. Minsk regained the lead with a goal in the last second of the frame, and it's a shorty on top of that. Yegor Sharangovich scores his 6th of the season. Moscow level it again just at 5 minutes into the second period. Mikhail Grigoryev goes for the clapper from the point, and it's good. A few minutes later, Vadim Shipachov scores his 7th of the year on a break, and Dynamo Moscow have their first lead of the night. It stays a one-goal game right till late in regulation, and then the hosts put it away with 2 empty netters. Shipachov and Kagorlitsky get the freebies, and Dynamo Moscow enjoy a 5-2 win on home ice. And just a couple of scores left to tell you about. Roberts Bukert scored twice in Severstal beat Sochi 2-0 at home. And finally, Alex Salmon got 2 goals, including the game winner with just over a minute remaining to play in regulation as Vides beat Salavatila 4-3. And that's it for a KHL update, but do come back tomorrow for 2 more games. Neftekimik will face Avtomobilis Bilis, while Spartak will visit SKA in St. Petersburg. My name is Andrea Sachenko, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.